Hi guys, my name is Ijeoma. I am a PhD student working with SciAS as a blogger, and this is my day in the life vlog as a postgrad researcher. Hope you enjoy it. So I usually wake up quite late in the day. I'm a bit of a night owl when it comes to work, so if I'm up later at night, then I usually start my day later in the morning, around 9 a.m. And yeah, on this day I didn't really have any meetings or anything important to get to, so I just knew that I needed to get to campus to get some administrative stuff done. So I'm taking a bit of time with my morning routine as well, and just making sure that I start my day off good. Yeah, usually, that motto people say of you look good and you feel good. So for me, just making sure that I get my skincare down as I start my day usually helps me feel better in my mornings. So since it was load shedding before I started filming, I just made sure to make a quick breakfast before off camera. It was just some eggs and some coffee for some hot water for the coffee. And yeah, if I don't have time to make something, then I might just grab something on campus, but usually I try and make sure that I have something at home just so that it's easier. Yeah, so I'm just rushing through my coffee and then I'll head to campus. So the clip that's shown here, I didn't show me going from home to campus, but this is AVRIC, which stands for the Center of the Study of the Afterlife of Violence and Reparative Quest, at Stellenbosch University. I work there as an affiliate fellow sometimes for the office space, but also I have colleagues there. One of my friends is also doing their PhD in sociology, and we often work together in the space. And it's a nice community for me to be a part of. But if I'm not working in the center, then I'm also working in the political science department at Stellenbosch, which is on the 6th floor. And I'm affiliated with the Satri Chair in Gender Politics, and we also have a space that we often work at. So when I'm on campus, I'm usually alternating between the two spaces, but most of the time I'm at AVRIC because it's on the bottom floor and I don't like going up all the 6 stairs. But yeah, that's usually the two spaces where I work. I try not to use the public areas and spaces because I prefer to have areas that I'm used to where I can also keep my things. So yeah, in the video I'm just working on my progress report for NRF, I am an NRF scholarship recipient for my PhD. So that falls under the Saatchi Chair in Gender Politics. And usually with NRF, we have to send progress reports in the middle of the year, at the end of the year, just kind of updating on how our studies are going. And since our deadline is in a couple of weeks from when I was filming this, I was just making sure that I was sorting out all the documents that I needed, what things I needed to get signed, and just updating that. And also because this year I'm starting as a writing assistant at the writing lab at Stellenbosch, we have a workshop coming up for all the new consultants. So I'm just making sure that I'm reading some source material, and I'm hoping that the opportunity can help further enhance my capabilities as a writer, with helping students. And an important part of being a postgraduate student is having that sort of experience of writing at different levels, being able to kind of enhance those skills. So before the year gets too hectic in terms of my own writing for my PhD, I'm just making sure from an administrative side that those things are in order. So that's what I'm busy with in the video. So usually once I finish at the office, I try to make sure that I go to gym. The one that I go to is quite close to my place, and it's 24 hours, so it just gives me the flexibility to go when I want. I'm currently trying to get into weightlifting, so in the video I'm just doing some sets. And I often find that when I'm busy with studies, that having a balanced sort of approach to exercise helps me stay focused while I am doing my work. So I try and go at least 2 to 3 times a week where I'm just getting at least some exercise in, because it helps with staying focused and things like that. So when I'm finished with weights, I like to do a bit of cardio as a way to get my heart rate up, but also just to round everything up, I guess. As you can see, it's empty in the gym, which I kind of prefer. But I think one of the other important aspects of being a postgraduate student is getting used to the idea of being alone a lot of the time. That was something I definitely struggled with when I was in my undergraduate years and leading up to my honors. But I feel like once you're able to discern, and prioritize the times that are important for you, that you need to be able to get your work done, and balancing that with a social life or being able to engage with other people, it makes it a lot easier to get through the days as is. And yeah, at the end of my workouts, I also like to do a bit of stretches. Sometimes in the morning or in the evening, I like to do a bit of yoga as well. But it just depends how I'm feeling on that day. But yeah, that also just helps with like sleep and things like that. But yeah, one of my goals, I think, finishing up this PhD is just to make sure that I maintain this balance. Even though it's the beginning of the year, it might change as the research gets more hectic. But I think I really don't want to be one of those researchers that remains stagnant and becomes affected by the work so much that I don't have a life outside of it. So yeah, having a workout routine just helps me stay a bit grounded with everything. And yeah, that's that. So usually after gym, yeah, this is where my day ends. Just goofing around a bit, I guess. But yeah, by then I usually, when I go home, have something to eat and then I go to sleep. And that's what most of my days look like. It's different for different postgrads depending on whether they're in field work, whether they have other jobs that they're doing. But for me, because of where I am with my research and also how I set up my day, yeah, this is usually what a typical day looks like. So I hope you enjoyed the video and that it gave a bit of insight into what it's like being a postgrad researcher in South Africa. And thank you for watching. Yeah.